The Swiss are speaking Turkish today, gentlewomen and gentlemen. Today I am bringing you another Napoleon Total War battle. I'm Starman who's speaking, and welcome back to my little humble channel, where today I bring you another very bloody, as usual. You cannot play Total War without a lot of blood. Well, not really blood, because I don't really buy all of the fucking DLCs that allow blood. Well, except for one. But anyway, yeah, a very casualty heavy, yeah, let's call it that, casualty heavy battle, where today we have the Spanish Kingdom and the Ottomans going head to head on this battle, and we are going to see a very smart use of guerrilla tactics by the Ottomans against the faction that is pretty much designed to be guerrilla focused, but for some reason I didn't do it. That's why I'm playing as Spain. That's as usual. I'm going to be the one playing as the blue guys over here, and for some reason, even though the Spain is the faction most suited for guerrilla warfare because they have vanguard deployed units, the only ones in Napoleon Total War, I didn't do it. I could have taken this hill and this forest and hunkered down until the rest of the army arrived, but I didn't do that. Well, anyway, enough lamenting. Let's look at the armies. Starting with the Ottomans, they are bringing a lot of Janissaries. First up, Semat Janissaries. These guys may only have swords, but don't underestimate them. They can pack quite a punch and destroy most infantry on the game. I think only the most elite of infantry can go toe to toe with these guys in melee combat. Accompanying them is the Nisan Isdet infantry, the standard infantry for the Ottoman Empire. And although these guys will not be able to win most shooting engagements with the enemy infantry, they can hold their own, at the very least, hold their ground for a little bit, and they can still pack a punch in melee combat. So if they get a charge on, they can kill a lot. They are being supported by quite a bit of cavalry, some mounted Nisan Isidid and some more mounted Nisan Isidid. Quite a lot of it, actually, 5 units of it, at least that I can see. There's a lot of force, so I may not be able to see all of their units. Also some Slaughter Guard. This is one of the best cavalry units in the game that can slaughter most cavalry that come their way, and also most infantry. Now going over to Spain, we have a lot, and I mean a lot of Fusiliers. The standard infantry for Spain, as you can guess, is just a lot. These guys are not very special, but they can shoot, and that's enough for me. 4 units of light infantry, just for that range advantage, and a lot of cavalry. Well, not as much as the other Ataturks, but enough. 2 units of lancers, 1 unit of Hussars de Valpenas. These are special hussars that can vanguard deployed. They vanguard deployed over here, but they were quite useless because all the enemy went into the hill. Now there's still 1 unit of cavalry. I remember, Cosaqueros Españoles. These are basically the elite heavy Ottoman, Spanish cavalry. Also 1 whatever that word is pronounced, liver, horse artillery. This is going to be, quite effective if they manage to hit their targets, but if they stay on the hill, they might not be able to get quite some good shots. And the battle is starting as the armies are deploying. We are seeing one of the cavalry units of the Ottomans moving around the town in this little hill, and are going to apparently go for the artillery. Okay? If they get in that's going to be a huge loss for the Spanish army. Oh, but some four devastating hits from the Spanish artillery is just going to devastate that unit and instantly break it. Just a huge loss for the Ottomans, a whole unit in this early of the battle. You have to remember that in Napoleon Total War, artillery for some reason doesn't have any ammunition, so they can just shoot indefinitely. And yeah, that was complete rout of that unit. Just look at that, they were just slaughtered with those 4 shots. Quite a good shot, and now some artillery coming into the Ottoman infantry, which is still moving around the forest. Ooh, a direct shot killing 9. Man, that was a good shot. He just went right through the unit, and they're just going to spread out. After that, they didn't like that. They certainly didn't like getting their bodies slammed through by a cannonball. More cannonballs coming in, but sadly failing their targets, and now they're going to go into the safety of the forest. Did they get anything with that one? No, sad. The rest of the army is guarding over the hill. As you can see by this line of sight, the Spanish infantry will not be able to get any shots off at a safe distance. They will have to go at this distance where you can see my mouse, and by that point the semi-units can just charge them with impunity. which is quite dangerous. That's why you don't want to be, be the one without a hit, be the one in a position to be an attack thing. Some more Ottoman infantry in this forest. They control both forest and the hill. This is basically an incredible defensive position. If they had artillery, these guys could just destroy my army instantly, but that's going to have to wait as we see some Ottoman cavalry moving around the flank trying to get to my lancers. Are going to shoot at them. Oh yeah, by the way, all of this cavalry, like most of this cavalry, the amount
los cañones!
Is shooting cavalry. They have rifles and they can shoot those rifles. And yeah, we're going to see a volley of these guys. Ooh, and hitting a bit of the lancers, the backside of the lancers, half of the unit, no, not half, only 8 guys. And some squares being formed in the Spanish flank, trying to deter any use of cavalry. But we're going to see how effective that is. Let's go into 2-speed because, yeah, this battle is quite long. We're going to have to use 3-speed and 2-speed quite a lot because this thing is just very, very long. Now we see the Spanish army moving completely forward. Most of the army is moving forward. Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot there is also 2 units of Walloon Guard, the Spanish reserves, which I mean, Spanish elite units, not the best in the game, but they can still go toe-to-toe with most of the elite units. And we have the light infantry going around the forest, trying to see if they can pick up any targets. But the trees are going to allow some cover for the Ottomans, so you have to see how effective that is going to be. And only 1 kill. Yeah, as you can see, they just... And the bullets are just bouncing on the trees, and the terrain is certainly not helping either. Around the flank, we see more cavalry, the whole flank of the Ottoman cavalry just moving around. They are going to try to encircle, I imagine, the Spanish infantry. Maybe go around the flank, maybe hit the general or cavalry, or maybe the artillery. Don't have to see it. Or maybe all of them at the same time. They have quite a lot of cover, so they could just go for multiple targets. The light infantry is now engaging 2 units of them, trying to hit these guys, but only 3 kills. Like, there has been multiple volleys and barely any Ottomans that have died. Like, oh, these guys. Okay, can do that. But yeah, most of the unit is quite safe. And they are going to immediately reform fire and make the light infantry pay for the poachers they were taking. Oh yeah, they're making them pay good amounts. I mean, this is only a bit of skirmishing. The battle has not properly started. They're just like probing attacks, trying to find a weakness each other's defenses, but not a lot. Just a few casualties mounting up and a small assault in the forest. If they want to do anything, they might want to maybe bait the Ottomans out of the forest, but that's going to be quite difficult. I mean, who will want to leave their forest? Forests are quite nice. They're very defensive. The squares have been reformed around this side, trying to cover up more of a distance. And this side we are now seeing that Spanish infantry starting to move up, trying to deliver their firepower in this little attack towards the forest. 2 units of Spanish infantry that might be able to overpower this 1 unit of Ottoman infantry. That is if the Ottomans don't send any more reserves, because they do have quite a lot of Ottoman reserves. So we have to see. But these guys are just coming to field them. Yeah, they're taking some casualties, but barely any. And like honestly, barely any. And they're delivering quite a bit of kills on the enemy. This unit is already 108, and 4 dead in there, and 20 dead. Well, 18 dead on the light infantry. Which, you know, is quite nice for this little starting engagement, but we are seeing now more infantry moving in. These guys, for some reason, are not moving correctly. Should I go into this bit now? Because, as I said, this is going to take quite a while to get started. Yes, a little bit of skirmishing around here, kills, yeah, people dying. The light infantry have some range advantage, but yeah, the force kind of negate any advantage that the Spanish have. And they are just doing quite a little of they're just punching through my infantry. I mean, trying to assault this forest was not a good idea. They are just helping themselves with all this terrain, the hills protecting them from some of the shots, and the trees. And I think we are seeing some movement around the back. Yeah, the Ottoman cavalry is now moving around the back, trying to discreetly move, not run, just moving discreetly, using their kills to come. I mean, obviously I can see them. They are not really hidden, but you know, it feels like they are trying to hide themselves. They're going slowly, using their heels, trying to move around the back. The Spanish infantry and the Spanish army. I mean, some units are being deployed to try to contest third position, but it's not going. It might not be enough. And this unit was basically it was completely destroyed. You can see on the morale of these units that they are definitely not like this engagement at all. One of the units moved into a force, so they might be able to benefit from some of that cover, but we'll have to see how that works. And unit of lancers are going to move in. Is that the unit that got shot in the back? Yeah, that's it. 8 of them of the horsemen are dead, but they might be able to get forward charge, or maybe data square. We'll have to see. Oh, they're going to go in. They're going to go in, and sadly they're going to get charged in the back. No, actually not. So not a lot lost there. But this one doesn't seem to be. Oh yeah, but the force is going to make them go lower, and that's going to be bad for these guys. If they from square, these guys are going to die. But we have some more important issues because the Ottoman Empire has managed to get into that Spanish cavalry with their amazing mobility over here. They managed to engage one of the is that a lancer unit? I cannot see it because they broke. Yeah, the lancer unit was able to. They were peeled off to try to defend, and the other unit just destroyed the artillery, and there goes quite a big loss for the Spanish army. I mean, quite a big loss. The artillery is not cheap, and losing a cavalry unit on top of that is definitely not a good omen for the rest of the battle, especially with a loss that are mounting up this side. Just look at the amount of Spaniards that have died trying to take over this force, and it's definitely not looking good. I mean, they have killed a few Ottomans, but not enough to be able to start moving into our forest and seize this position. Especially because as soon as they take over the forest, they might imagine the semi-Janissaries coming in, and the Spanish are now retreating quite a big amount of casualties. This was certainly not good for the Spaniards. That was a failed assault. That was a very failed assault, and they need to start retreating farther because their units are not in a good position. Not in a good position at all. Some of these units are now going to try to deliver some covering fire, but they might want to retreat as well. Because this is simply not a good. These guys are not having a good day. They have been the Ottomans have been basically concentrated their fire on these guys ever since we appeared, and they are continually taking losses and losses. You can see this basically the whole regiment division or whatever that is they just continue, and they're continuing. We have a lot of fire coming into the Ottomans, but it's. I mean, even though it's so many rifles firing at them, the Ottomans are having no issues because of their strength. Just look at this shield, it's protecting them from basically most of these Spanish fighters. Over here, the Ottoman cavalry has taken control of this forest. They basically are taking control of all the forest. And now we see an advance on the right side by the Spanish. The cavalry is also moving in. A square has been formed to try to deter that cavalry from doing any charging shenanigans, but we'll have to see how effective that is. This Ottoman infantry has come out of force. I don't know how advisable that is, but they have done it. So we have to see balloon guard being deployed on the back, and the hussars as well. They're going to go for a charge in this Spanish infantry. However, there's no square to be formed, and that's going to be a full-on head-on charge against the infantry, which is, yeah, they're going to start taking casualties really fast. Infantry without square formation simply cannot compete against forces. And on the left, the whole Spanish army is going to start to retreat because they are not going to concentrate on the right, where the Ottoman infantry is coming out of the forest, and the strength of the cavalry is concentrated. They are hiding now in the forest. I mean, as I said at the beginning of this video, that tourists are speaking quite a lot of Turkish today. They are using the forest to great effect to hide themselves and take cover. They're just like mini fortresses, to be honest. This unit of hostages is going to stop using square formation, go back into the line, and try to compete with these guys, but that is a bigger line, and they're just shooting away these poor fusiliers. Oh, once more square formation because a charge comes in from the cavalry, and a few of those forces are going to throw their riders off. Another square by the balloon guard, and that's the end of the cavalry unit. Yes, they just didn't have a good charge. They just got shot completely off their horses. More movement from the Ottoman infantry coming on this side. There's 2 units trying to support the attacks by the cavalry, but I mean, they're being quite effective. And now we see an offensive by using a this one. Now they're basically going to break. They're like, you want me to charge on top of the hill with this man at that? Yeah, fuck off. And yeah, they're going to. The Ottomans are taking quite a bit of casualties and now sending more horses Yeah, this engagement is not good for the Ottomans. They are, I mean, they are making the Spanish bleed a little bit, especially with the horses. I mean, all of these 80 men or 70 can fire at a time, which is certainly more firepower than the one side of a square can deploy. And now another unit. Yeah, that unit of Napoleon is going to get their asses kicked. But some hussars are being deployed to try to counteract this situation. We'll see how effective it is. They're going to go in for a charge. Yep, they're going in. Okay, this unit of Ottoman infantry is just getting destroyed. They're now, I don't know what they are doing. Maybe they're charging at the units. Another unit of St. Matt Janissaries. The Chanter Guard moving over here, and the Hussars are going to catch up to the poor mounted Sematic cavalry, and they're going to start chopping with their swords, but a counter charge by the called Siatar Cavalry Guard is going to envelop these poor Hussars, and that's going to be the end of those forces, unless, and now the Consejeros Españoles come in with another counter charge. This is just a battle of counter charges on this forest, a full-on cavalry slugfest coming in. Elite Spanish cavalry against the elite, the cream of the top of the Ottoman cavalry, who is going to win the MI badges on the slapper guard. I mean, these guys have armor, they are elite, but yeah, the Ottoman cavalry is just on another level. These guys are just that gods of melee combat. Over here, more fire. Well, it appears that one unit of St. Matt Janissaries is trying to charge over here. Yeah, you can see there the roll of dead bodies trying to charge over here, now charging into the Fusiliers, but they were drawn into a kill zone between the balloon guard and the light infantry, and they just took tremendous casualties. And even though they have good morale and what do you say it? The advantage in melee combat, they just got shot to pieces trying to come in. Like you can see the bodies. They come over here and they just got massacred on this side, and they just charge in and they receive another volley and die. And it seems like the Spanish army is making paying back their dues. They have repaid the blood that was spilled on the left side, and have now drawn in quite a lot of Ottoman units and have done a bit of damage. Some mounted Nissan is indeed going to charge into the back of the balloon guards, but another small nation, more riders thrown off their forces, and that cavalry is going to have to lead this charge going for the light infantry. That might not be the best idea, because yeah, they're going to break and they are not going to be seen for a little while unless they completely break, in which case we are not going to see them at all, but it seems that they're going to come back eventually unless they run out of time. Sadly, these balloon guards are not having a good time. They're surrounded, flanked by the mounted Sedan cavalry and this unit of Ottoman infantry, and even though this unit is getting shot to pieces, they can still shoot back, and the balloon guard is taking the worst of it. Sadly, one unit of the elite for the Spanish is just getting completely slaughtered by this mounted riders. And the square is just breaking. But they managed to break this unit of Ottoman infantry. The Ottomans have lost quite a bit, and as you can see, that's slightly the balance of power is in favor of the Ottomans. Another charge by the Ottoman infantry. This is not good for them. They cannot leave this hill if they want any chance in this battle. Over here, more cavalry moving in, trying to shoot away at this Armenian rolling guard, who might need to turn around if they want to, get to deliver some fire. And Nissan's lead infantry going over here, using the hill, and breaking one of those units of Fusiliers. And another charge by the Slaughter Guard. Another great charge by the cavalry. We have seen amazing charges by the cavalry, taking the Spanish army completely by surprise. And even though the Slaughter Guard broke, they took quite a lot. They managed to do a bit of damage to this unit of light infantry. I mean, I didn't know how healthy they were before, but well, anyway. Now we see that this unit was again run off the hill, run off of their defensive positions, and these guys were wiser than their friends over here, because they retreated. They saw that this was not a good position to be in, and they retreated. And although the Spaniards have been able to pay back in kind for their comrades lost in combat, as you can see now by the balance of power, the exchange has been going in the favor of the Ottomans. just a lot of men died. I mean, I think this is the most important facet right now. They lost quite a bit of men over here for minimal gains. Over here, they were the Spanish were presented with an opportunity to pay back at the enemy, as I said before, and they paid them back. A lot of cavalry died, a lot of infantry died, but so did a lot of Spanish. And although this engagement went a little bit for the a little bit in favor of the Spaniards, they have been reduced greatly in number. There is no cavalry to speak of. 24 lancers and the general's bodyguard, but that's it. One of their elite units of Galloon Guard was deleted off the field, and that's a huge loss. I guess you can call it early in the game. It's more like the mid time. But yeah, right now we are going to see a unit of lancers moving around the flank. I don't know why they're doing. Maybe they're scouting the field, the forest, and they're going to heading back. And yeah, that was not a good choice. That was not a good idea. But this guy is just waiting. I didn't know this was an animation. This poor guy is just this poor guy is getting dragged by the horse. I didn't know this was a thing. Oh god, I know that this is like a normal occurrence, or this is like a bug, but it's amazing. This guy might be alive because he just, or maybe just a back row. Oh yeah, the Spanish have reformed their forces, are going to start to try to move in. Let's go into this speed again. They're going to try to move in, I think, for another offensive. They have to be very cautious right now. They don't have a lot of numbers. I mean, they have quite a bit of some healthy units, but not a lot of them. And if those Samad infantry get a charge at them, they are going to suffer, like, incredibly badly. The Ottoman infantry is now once again taking control of this forest, taking control of that, what you could call it like a fortress, like a strong point. Yeah, strong point. They have 3 strong points. The forest, this little hill that allows them for a good amount of protection, and this fort. They have three strong points that the Spanish have been unable to break. Now there's going to be an assault in the center. There's a bit of a weakness in the Ottoman defenses. This hill is a little less steep. They are able to land some shots at safe distance against the Ottoman forces, and are going to start shooting away, trying to, equal the situation. A few moves around here, one unit of Spanish Fusiliers trying to, move in to protect from the remains of the Ottoman cavalry that are still in this 4th strong point in that forest in the back. And just a lot of movement. There's nothing happening. Oh, and now we see another attack by the Ottomans. They went a little bit of the forest, but they were wise. They were wise. The officers of this unit were wise. They were like, yeah, no, we saw what happened to our friends over here. We are outnumbered in guns. We might not be outnumbered in technique in melee, but we are outnumbered in guns. We cannot allow these guys to shoot away. They basically cannot allow the Spanish to have to be able to use of their range advantage. More light infantry is moving in, trying to kill some of these units. A few shots at the Somali infantry, but only one of them died. Like, this poor guy, like, they're like, oh, Yusef died. Yeah, he was an asshole anyway. Yeah, I guess. Allah must have asked for that bullet, must have guided that bullet. Yeah, might have been. Sorry about that. But yeah, more Somali infantry moving in. This is just right now a contest of positioning. Both armies are trying to get a better positioning to exploit their strengths, to push away the remains of the range options for the Spanish, and maybe a charging with some infantry. We're going to see the Walloon Guards are going to go in for a charge, it seems like. Nope, they're going to retreat. The Ottomans went back in the forest and they're like, yeah, okay, we'll go back to here. More light infantry shooting, not a lot happening, just some skirmishing. This battle is definitely going in phases. Like, phase 1 was the attack on the oh wait, more fighting coming over here, more shooting. But yeah, the first phase was the attack on this leftmost forest. It went badly, and also the attack by the cavalry, which was
one of our units has used all its ammunition, sir.
To the Spanish. Oh, we are going to see a charge by the lancers into this mad infantry. This is perfect. These guys cannot escape. And although this cavalry is probably not going to escape this, they're going to at least be able to kill some of these very elite Janissaries. But yeah, as I was saying about phase 1, then phase 2 was the struggle on this right flank. A lot of killing, a lot of death. and ultimately nothing too decisive by either side. I mean, a slight loss for the Spanish in the end, but nothing too decisive. And now we're going into another phase, it seems like, an attack in the center. The Walloon Guards and the Fusiliers are moving in with support of some of the light infantry. Sorry about the abrupt cut there, just a bit of technical problems. But yeah, as I was saying, pretty inconclusive this engagement over here for both sides. I mean, there's been a lot of death, certainly. A lot of people have died over here, and I guess I have led more overall, but the Ottomans have certainly lost a lot of units in here. And oh lord, look at this Walloon Guard is going into a forest, not allowing these guys to continue shooting from the forest and going in against the Janissary guerrilla with the bayonets. And yep, it looks like the Nisan-Sedit infantry is going to be like, yeah, no, we don't want to do that, because the Sima Janissaries are coming in to support with a counter charge of their own. The Walloon Guard is going away from their big. I mean, can you blame them? Some infantry squares being reinformed around here to support against this infantry and against the Janissaries. It looks like the Walloon Guard is going to stand their ground from its square formation, sadly not shooting any shots. But they're going to be fighting against the Janissaries, and we'll see how effective they can hold. How effectively they can hold against these guys. I mean, they're certainly going to give them a fight, but I will put my money on the Janissaries still. And yeah, we're seeing a lot of guys getting their insides just eviscerated by these massive scimitars. Are those scimitars? I guess those scimitars. Oh yeah, we're not seeing a lot of Janissaries dying. But I mean, there's some flanking shots, and no, this guy is taking advantage of the square formation to come in with a full line formation to shoot them with all that firepower. That's certainly not good for these guys, and they might want to retreat very soon because this engagement is not looking good. Oh, and now more Semi-Janissaries coming in against the Fusiliers. The square formation is not going to hold against these guys. These are just standard infantry. They're not elite like the Walloon Guards, who are now retreating. Some support fire by the light infantry covering their retreat and punishing the Semi-Janissaries as they run away back to the forest. Meanwhile, the infantry is not holding back. They are, oh god, oh, this guy just got his whole intestines just cut apart. And the whole infantry is just getting eviscerated and slaughtered and just killed. These poor guys are broken in just a few seconds. A whole unit of infantry got deleted by the Semi-Janissaries. You cannot, as I was saying before, you cannot underestimate these guys. They might only have swords, but you know they know how to use them. And now the whole flank is going into retreat. These guys are just completely routing. Like, yeah, no, we lost most of us in just a single charge. We just got in the hell away from here. They might retreat later, they might return later, but we'll have to see. Some more infantry units still in reserve, guarding against the remaining cavalry over here, and some continuing, just more fire coming from the trees. These guys just really want to stay in the trees. Oh, another charge coming this time against the light infantry, and these guys are definitely, yeah, instant break. They were pretty low in numbers already from the start, so yeah, I'm not surprised that they broke instantly. And Fusiliers coming in to try to punish that charge, but it's going to be too late. Yeah, only a few of those Janissaries falling to the enemy bullets. Yeah, the battle has once again gone into a bit of a hole. The Spaniards are retreating a little bit, maybe skirmishing a little bit, and the Janissaries have retreated back their forces. We'll have to see, ladies and gentlemen, what happens now, because I mean, obviously we cannot see the whole of the Ottoman forces because they have some units in the forest, but they are pretty low in numbers as well. They have a few units of the Semi-Janissaries pretty healthy, but the rest of the army is not looking too strong. But the same can be said about the Spanish forces, so it's still down to whoever plays best. I mean, it's still down to the tactics and maneuvers that come in the next moments, but we'll have to see. Let's go into 2-speed right now, because these things are going to be calming down for a little bit, and we want to, because it's already like almost 30 minutes, so yeah, we want things to go over fast. Because, oh god, this battle is going to be lasting a little bit longer still. Just a few shots coming over here. The Semi-Janissaries have superior firepower right now in this section, so they're just pushing in. And no, they're going to retreat back. But yeah, just a little bit of skirmishing right now. Nothing too serious. Just you know,
One of our
pot
units
shots,
has used all its
trying to
ammunition,
find
sir.
some advantage inside of the battlefield. These guys getting a shot a little bit. I don't know if these guys have any. Yeah, I don't think they have any vision. Yeah, they're going back. They're going back. Now let's go into 3 speed now that everything's calming down. Not a lot happening. That infantry has moved against the cavalry, which are going to run away. Pretty wise decision, if you ask me. These guys, they are pretty depleted. They are not the mighty cavalry force that they once were. They are still strong. There's still 60 horsemen over there. Oh, and what do we have here? What do we have here if it's not an Ottoman reserve force? 3 Hussar light infantry irregular units have appeared from the forest. Late reinforcements from the Ottomans coming in, and these reserves are pretty much the nail in the coffin for the Spanish army. 3 whole units of rested and light infantry. These guys are going to be just a pain in the ass to deal with. There's no way. I mean, if the Spain still had some cavalry, maybe just run them over and try to evade the shots as much as you can. But right now, with how exhausted, how depleted, and how low on ammunition the main Spanish forces are, yeah, this battle has mostly been decided by this point. Oh, the one of the Nizam Sedat Janissaries are going to be like, yeah, no, we have done enough. Goodbye. And now the main Spanish army, the whole Spanish army, more like, is going to fall back. This is not a winnable position. They have to retreat. Maybe go into this little house over here that can hold up to 500 men. No. No, and they're not going to go inside. I don't know why I didn't go inside here. This was a beautiful position to defend, a beautiful strong point that could have turned the tide of battle, of the battle if I had used it correctly, or just used it in general. But yeah, I'm going to ignore it and going to go all the way over here and allow these guys to just march at their leisure, which is definitely a mistake on my part. I just a whole bunch of mistakes, like attacking the forest in general. But yeah, the Ottoman forces are pushing are pushing forward. Their reserves have reinforced the whole of the army, and now they are feeling like champions. They have 3 whole regiments, divisions, or whatever they are, ready to go. Has fallen to the enemy. And the Ottomans are taking over the house, and they're going to start shooting. Cheeky bastards. Cheeky bastards. Oh yeah, basically 3 units of Ottoman Janissaries. 2 units of Nizam Sedati Janissaries and 3 units of SARS. Plus the general, that's a pretty powerful force still. I mean, and also 2 units of cavalry. But I mean, it's not like the Spanish army is low in numbers, but against these guys, it's going to be rough. It's going to be rough. Especially with this terrain. Like, oh Lord, I didn't notice it so immediately, but look at that. There's no line of sight until after this little hill. That's really bad. If you want, yeah, look at that. They were shooting them like right here, not all of the range, just right there. Okay, a little bit retreating. Not pulling my lines as far as I can. That's a pretty bad move. And yeah, that terrain is still being a little bit of a bitch, which is not going to be good. One of the Fusiliers taking a page from the Ottoman textbook and going into the forest, into this little strong point where so much death and carnage has ensued, to try to protect this flank for the rest of the army. It's a full unit, yeah, basically a full unit of Fusiliers. They are active, not really tired, but not really fresh as well. And now the Ottoman forces are moving into position for their final attack. Will this work? I mean, they do have to run into a full line of Fusiliers, but it all depends, because the terrain is pretty bad. The terrain is definitely at their advantage, and there we go. That's the Janissaries are moving forward. Let's go into this bit a little bit. Come on, guys, move, run! You're just walking, you're just marching. Like, if you were... Oh, these guys lost their flag bearer. That's pretty sad, but at least they still have their officer. We'll see. Let's go into 2 speed now. Come on, guys. I need you guys to charge, please. A little bit of reforming on the Spanish front. Yeah, trying to form another kill zone, maybe. Shot being fired. Yep, the Fusiliers trying to retreat, trying to use this unit as in a delaying action to try to do a more of a kill zone as I was done over here, and it's working. It's working, but the issue is that there's too many Semi-Genius. It's 4 of them, I missed one of them, and they are going to be starting to charge into the enemy, and yeah, the Fusiliers are simply not going to hold the line. We already saw how effective these guys were against Fusiliers, and they're just going to tear this whole formation down. Already a lot of Fusiliers are dying, and yeah, the whole reserve of the Spanish army is just collapsing under the weight of the skill of these Semi-Janissaries. They took some casualties coming in, but at the end of the day, it's not going to matter. The general is now moving in for a back charge by the mounted Serati or whatever they call it, and the Ottoman general as well, and that's basically the end. That's the end of the Ottoman, of the Spanish army. These guys are still fighting as much as they can, again, not having their full weight deployed. And yeah, the whole Spanish army, the remaining of the Spanish army was just butchered on the field. Just look at how many Spaniards dying here. They didn't even have the opportunity to retreat in this kind of close quarters combat. It was just dead and carnage for these guys. This unit of Balloon Guards is going to charge against the Hussars, going to make them retreat. If they're going to die, they're going to die fighting. Over here, the general is trying to retreat. This last stand of the Fusiliers trying to hold back to allow the general to retreat, but the Ottoman cavalry is not going to allow that, and they're going to cut him down very soon. The Fusiliers stand in the ground, they're going to break, and the general is on his last legs. The last full unit of Fusiliers, the last remaining unit in this field. Well, like, the Balloon Guards are also here, but they are at half speed. Moving in. And the general is going to die any moment. Surprised he's still alive. I wonder if that's... I think that's a general. Or maybe not. They all have weird hats. Yeah, I don't know where the general is. But he's fighting, alright? Oh, there he is. I think that's it. Just swing away with his sword. He's surrounded. He's going to die in a moment now. The last stand of the Spanish army.
Our men are running, sir.
And yeah, he died. Yeah, that was him. Yeah, and now the general died, and now the last men of the Spanish army are surrounded. The Turks are coming upon them, and it's not going to end well. The Balloon Guards, the Fusiliers, deploying their whole line, using all of their rifles, trying to kill as many as they can before the inevitable charge. They're simply not escaping death at this point, and certainly not escaping defeat. Even with the use of the force, there simply is not enough time or enough ammunition to deal with the full force of the Ataturks. And they are marching in and going to go for a charge. The remaining Semi-Janissaries going with the support of the Hussars and are just going to butcher the remaining Spanish infantry, running over the bodies of the dead horses and the dead riders. The Fusiliers are going to form a square formation. The Balloon Guard, yeah, the Balloon Guard is also going to form a square formation, trying to kill as many as they can, shoot away all of their rifles, but it's going to be in vain. Taking as many as they can with them, but it's a lost battle, and now the Fusiliers are in a dead struggle against the Janissaries, and it's certainly not going to last long without their general, without the rest of the army, and against Janissaries, they are just going to start. Yeah, just look at that number. It's going down pretty fucking fast. Like compared to the Janissaries, yeah, 77, just they staying there, static. Meanwhile, these guys are losing like a dime per second for every second. The Balloon Guard still shooting, trying to provide some support to their allies in the flank, but it's just not enough. I mean, yeah, the Janissaries were, not the Janissaries, the Ottomans were just playing so good in this battle, managing to get the forest and the whole hill, this whole amazing defensive situation, and just killing my artillery and my cavalry without me being able to do as much damage to them. Certainly a good battle to have been fought. Although I could have definitely, and I definitely could have played it. And now my army is paying for it with their lives, because that's how it goes in war. Although I guess I also paid with my life. I kind of died over here. Yeah, already dead. I kind of died. Yeah, now let's go into two speed because it's just the end. The Fusiliers doing
Our
what they
men are
can,
running,
killing as
sir.
much as they can, but they're going to run away. And now it's only the. Oh yeah, but the Lungar also breaks. They're like, yeah, no, and that's the end. GG to Conqueror 21. A good battle. He played very good. And yep, I lost basically all of my army. He still has like 1,000 men remaining. So yeah, pretty clear victory for the Ottomans if you ask me. They just butchered the Spaniards. They just butchered me. They just butchered me like completely. Complete butchery. Let's just quickly look at the most kills. Balloon guards, light infantry, and fusiliers for me. And if I look at I cannot look at them, at the Ottomans. All that said. But yeah, that was it. I hope you enjoyed that. Expect more historical Total War. I not have the space for Warhammer 3 at the moment, so yeah, it's going to be a lot of historical Total War at the moment, and some other games like some other games that I'm playing. I know that I promised like play other games for a while now, but I promise more games are coming. More games are coming. And yeah, stay tuned for that if you enjoyed this, and have a good day.